I should have brought your check. Because I had it signed already.
Blank check?
Oh, it's not a blank check, the reality check.
The 6-3 check.
And I think it fits perfectly into our discussion for this evening.
Well, I think it was maybe a check of reality, a dose of reality, a dose of coming back to it, reminding the manager and the organization the task ahead, the quantum of job that needs to be done to be able to get to those elite levels. Remember, I mean, when Ten Hag worked in, the conversation had been that will he be able to take this United team and close the gap, more importantly, on City, who have become the SI units domestically, and then Liverpool. I think Liverpool are in their own sort of trouble. City remain the SI unit, and on the evidence of what we saw, I mean, preliminary, what we saw this afternoon, I think that City are light years ahead of United, and that's the sad reality. I dare say that City on certain occasions didn't want to move into second year and third year. If they had, it would have spelt a lot of doom. But I am happy. I am happy for two things.
Which is?
The manager did not hide. He has taken full responsibility of everything that has happened. I believe that we go into the details of the game properly. I think that there was a lot of naivety shown, particularly in the first half. And then the second thing I'm excited about has to be the character of the team, the temperament of the team.
You lose 6-3 and you think they had character?
No, it's about the character that the team showed in the second half. Yes, the chips were down, the odds were very much against them, but this is where characters are made. This is where individuals who want to play for the team in the long term are made. And those were, for me, the only positives in the said game. I mean, I think that Erling Haaland.
We'll probably get into that. You see, let's look at Manchester United. I feel you spoke about the naivety of Erik ten Hag. I feel that in the first half, or even in the game, the setup of United was wrong. I was thinking that, listen, you're coming up against teams that have players there are very few players in the world that are press resistant. And you can pick almost every City player and say they are press resistant because of how they play. So I was even thinking that you would go for 3-5-2 because when we saw the selection, we could see Martial is fit. Put on Martial and Rashford. Let them, give the defenders something to think about. Put lots of men behind the ball and in the middle. Play Casemiro and McTominay as double pivot. Try the wing backs where you would have somebody support Malacia, because listen, today he was exposed. He was literally made like he's a novice. So I think that, Ten Hag was naive. And I mean, I agree with you on that, but his team selection and his, the deployment of the men on the pitch, he got it all wrong. I don't think it was so much of the player's character. Like we said some few weeks back, it was more of City at some point. Listen, it will be normal. You score 5 and you want to slow down. I think they took their legs off the pedal. So United felt, they grew in confidence or not. But let's look at this United team. And 2-3 years from now, do you think Ten Hag can do something?
Yeah, I think he can. I'm absolutely sold on the whole Ten Hag project. And I think that if there's ever a man to take Manchester United to the top, he has to be Erik ten Hag. First of all, I think that he has the tactical brain to be able to compete with some of the very best managers in the world. Yes, I mean, today was a rude whipping.
Not to catch you
not just before he came in. It was a rude whipping, not just because of the coach's ability tactically, but I think that the quality in terms of the personnel also counted a lot. City could fall on Phil Foden, they could fall on Erling Haaland, they could fall on Kevin De Bruyne, and it scares me the sort of telepathy that is developing between Erling Haaland and then Kevin De Bruyne. Scary, right? It was more to do with the quality. He has Diaz on the bench, he has somebody like Laporte on the bench, then he plays Akanji and then Nathan Ake, because he felt that probably the pace of Rashford exactly. So you need somebody of that quality, and see somebody like Akanji. I watch him play for City.
50 million was a bargain.
I think it was an absolute bargain. I mean, company-esque. I mean, he has
Exactly.
all of the traits to be the next Vincent Company. And you look at the guy play for City, you think that he's been there for ages. I mean,
it's about 3 games.
well, the one thing that you cannot take away from Pep Guardiola has to be his ability to spot the right player for the system and for. I think that I was one of the people who questioned the acquisition of Akanji, but I think that on the evidence of things that we have seen, primarily, it gives you the luxury, like we've said in some of the previous episodes. I believe that every manager ought not to be fixated on a particular tactical model. I think that you need to look at the opponent, look at the personnel available, then deploy the best measure to quench everything that the personnel.
You brought in the City bit, so I think let's talk about City. I feel that this game they did everything right in the first half, and you made mention of Pep Guardiola and how he sets his team up. His ability to define tactics around certain crop of players is what has made him Pep Guardiola over the years. He spots certain talents who he feels can fit in a particular system. And I'm sure a lot of us, when we saw the lineup, Diaz on the bench with Ake and Akanji, this is the first time they are playing together in the biggest derby in Manchester City in terms of this season. And he knew what he was doing. Like we spoke about, the pace, Diaz is short for pace, but we know Nathan Ake is very quick. Akanji is also very quick, very strong. Yeah. So, and they neutralize that pace of Rashford. Yes. And I think that the ability of City players to create space, and he made. We'll probably talk about Grealish. He spoke about Grealish and the fact that he doesn't care if he doesn't score, he doesn't assist. And today typifies that because he didn't score, he didn't assist, but take three players in City team that were great. He was together with Foden and Haaland. He's one of them. His ability to create space, his ability to pull players away is one of his greatest strengths.
You know, when managers go on that tangent, what he does is 2 things. He reassures the player the confidence the manager has in you, first of all. And I think that it takes a lot of pressure away from the player. Since Pep made those comments, it looks like Grealish is almost being back.
The 2 games that he's played, he's been
against, brilliant. I think it was against
their last game they played, they won by 3 goals to 0. Yeah.
When they beat Wolves. Yes, when they beat Wolves and
went
then
away to the Molly.
Exactly. Then the sort of performance that he had to put in today, I think that listen, I am not one of the people who believe in Pep Guardiola. I'm not one of those addicts who are so fixated on all of his training method. But I think that if you look at Pep Guardiola at City, one, if you look at the stability of the ecosystem, the whole plot around bringing Pep Guardiola from Bayern Munich, Begristan together with Soriano, and the setup that they have made for Pep, and then you look at longevity. You see, we sit here talk about the fact that Akanji and Ake are playing together. This is a manager who knows his team. You understand? He knows his team. Yes, if he brings anybody else.
We didn't even talk about the left back, Gomez. He signed him just, this. So for me, I think
the guy kept pushing forward, putting in outrageous crosses.
I think we need to credit Pep, Tiki Begista and Soriano for the ability to spot. And I think this transfer season, City have done some of the best transfer businesses.
Quality for
Alvarez, Calvin Phillips has been out injured. He's not even played yet.
And Rodri didn't play. Gundogan slots in that position.
Look at the quality in that team. Where would you rank Pep amongst the modern day coaches, top 5 coaches in the world? Where would Pep Guardiola rank?
Well, I think Pep Guardiola is still, yes, I don't know why you choose to bring objectively, but
because I know you're not so much fond of Pep Guardiola.
Well, I still think Pep Guardiola is way below Zinedine Zidane. That's what I think.
You rate Zidane over Pep Guardiola?
I rate Zidane over Pep Guardiola
because he's won the Champions League. I think
anytime.
That'll probably be another discussion.
Yes, I mean, I would always go to battle with Zinedine Zidane for him to do what he did with Madrid in that period. think it's absolutely phenomenal if you put into context there. And for me, Pep Guardiola is almost being a great in the EPL until he transfers this dominance to Europe. He'll still be where I think he ought to be, because I think I'll place Alex Ferguson, I'll place Ancelotti, I'll place Zidane, I'll probably place Goose. No, is it Goose? No, the ex manager of Bayern Munich.
Hans Flick.
Not Hans Flick. They had
The
a
one who
legend.
won- yeah,
Yes,
the one
they
who
had
won
a
the
legend.
treble.
Yes, they had
The
a
German.
legendary manager.
Yeah,
Yes,
forgotten his name.
but I would also place him there.
I
Then
think-
maybe
I think
I'll bring
you
Pep
bring
Guardiola in
Ferguson
there.
spent 28 years at Manchester United. He won just 2 Champions League. Pep Guardiola spent just 4 years at Barca. He won them twice. So that would be another discussion for another day. But let's shift the topic to Erling Haaland. This is a guy who walks into the Premier League. There was talk about him being the next big thing. City sign him, and for me, I think that he's found himself in a setup that has magnified his strength. Listen, and he does not need to touch the ball 200 times to be so much involved in the build-up of City's play. They know where to get the best out of him, so they watch his movement. You see that goal, that the assist Kevin De Bruyne gave him.
Beautiful
He's able to pick him out, and he also knows the awareness in the box. His third goal, the hat-trick, that was a mark of an intelligent guy, and he's just 22. Do you think he will be able to break the 30 goal or mark in the Premier League? Can he hit 30 Premier League goals this season? So far he's done how many? 3 plus 11. He's done 14.
Yeah.
8 games, 14 goals.
Will he break it? I think he will.
He will.
I think he will.
Will City run away with the league with games to spare?
No. I mean, they look ruthless, but I don't think this will be a runaway league. No,
You think so?
I think there will be competition coming from somewhere.
I know there will be competition, but I look at the team they are yet to play. Their next game is against Southampton, then they go to Anfield to play a Liverpool side that have their own issues. But I think
Have Alexander-Arnold.
well, I think if they're able to sail through the hurdle of Liverpool and Chelsea, the teams that are remaining, City can do away with them with ease. If they're able to cross the hurdle of the first round, they unbeaten. I think their next target will be to achieve that or break the record of the Invincibles by also going undefeated.
Well, I don't think the City team can go undefeated. That's my honest opinion. I don't think they can go undefeated throughout the course of the season, because I think that a lot of uncertainties could drop in. You could have injuries to key players. You could have, we all acknowledge the fact that there is quality in them when it comes to the City team. But say hypothetically there's an injury to Kevin De Bruyne. As much as they have quality, there's nobody in there. There's nobody in there who can step into that position and do it the way Kevin De Bruyne do it. That's it. Sorry. So they might probably go on and win the league. That's a big if, but I don't think they will go unbeaten.
I think I'll stay on record here. City will go unbeaten. Guys, we don't know about you,
but
happen. Let us know your comment.
It won't happen.
Where would you rank Pep Guardiola amongst the modern day managers? Top 5 managers in the world. Where does he rank? Erling Haaland, do you think he'll be able to break the 30, or hit 30 goals in the Premier League? And do you think City will go unbeaten in the Premier League? Let us know your comment. Make sure you you subscribe to Sports 101. It's very, very important. My name is Lucky Soglo.
I am Kofi Asiedu.
And we are shooting from Art Focus Studios.
Anaji Takrady, Ghana.